Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel from Rachel Reads. If you are new here, then welcome. Today I am going to be going through my TBR for Thriller-a-thon. That was kind of lame, but get over it. I've never done a readathon before, and when I heard that this was announced, I got really excited and I figured this could be my first ever readathon. The only trouble is it's in a really busy time of the year for me. So it goes from 19th of August to the 26th of August, which I know in the UK they have a bank holiday there, but we don't. I have, I think, a football game to go to. I have work. I think I have parent-teacher interviews coming up. I have a student teacher. I have so many things going on that I really am going to struggle to get books read. So I'm only going to pick 3 books. I know 3 books doesn't sound that exciting, but I thought I would be realistic considering I already have 7 books on my TBR for this month. Last month I was only working half the month and I read 12 books, so I think I'm being a little bit overzealous possibly. But anyway, I'll go through the books with you. I'm planning on filling the top row of the Thriller-a-thon challenge board, and I will place that up here so you can keep track of which challenges I can mark off. And I'll also talk about some challenges that if I have time I will try and mark off as well. Top left corner, the box is the oldest Thriller-a-thon on your TBR. And I took this to mean the oldest published, not the one that's been on there the longest. I don't know which way it was intended on this meaning, but I'm going with the oldest on your TBR. And for me, that is The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure that this is a thriller, a fast-paced thriller about a commuter train that is hijacked, I believe. This was published in 1971, according to Goodreads. This is obviously a newer copy. It's a movie copy that I picked up from the thrift shop for $1. Yes. I haven't hauled this one yet, so it is just in my upcoming thriller thrift store books. I don't know what I'm saying. It's in my upcoming thriller haul, which I haven't filmed yet because I've only got about 5, and 5 is not a haul. Anyway, this is my oldest thriller on my TBR, and I've had a look, and this can also cross off the author that's new to you. I've never read anything by John Goody before, so it can cross off 2 boxes. So the next challenge that I wanted to attempt was an author you've read before. So for this I picked The Good Girl by Mary Q. Becker. And this is about a girl that is abducted, and her abductor has been paid to collect her, I believe, and instead of taking her to his bosses, he keeps her in a cabin. I'm not really sure what else this is about. I haven't read too much about it. I found when I read my last Mary Q. Becker, by reading the blurb kind of spoiled the book, so I want to go into this a little bit blind. I really enjoyed Mary Q. Becker's writing style last time, but I didn't enjoy the plot so much, so hopefully I like this a little bit better. So this is for an author that I've read before. And in case you're wondering, the last book that I read was Every Last Lie by Mary Q. Becker. And to finish off that top row, so to get a bingo, is that what we're calling it, a bingo? I don't know. It's a thriller with a trope you love. So if you have watched my Thrilling Thriller-a-thon tag, you would, if you haven't, go and check it out. I will pop it in the cards up the top, and I'll link it down the bottom for you. But a trope that I really like is a detective or a person going back to a small town or their hometown and trying to solve a mystery. And the book that I picked for that is The Van Apfel Girls Are Gone by Felicity McLean. And this is about several years ago, 3 sisters went missing. And this is about a girl named Tika Malloy who goes back to her hometown, and she's trying to figure out what happened to those sisters. Before I read your host's favourite thriller, I'm not going to do this because I have already read 2 of the host's favourite thrillers. I believe Cole's favourite was Sleep by C.L. Taylor. I have read that on her recommendation. I believe I gave it a 4-star and I really enjoyed it. It hasn't been that long since I read it, and I'm not going to reread it again just because there are so many books that I would like to read at the moment. Another of the host's favourite books was The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. I've also read this book. I gave it either a 4 or 5-star. I really enjoyed it. Again, it's only been a month or so since I've read it, so I'm not going to. And the third host's favourite, I can't remember what it was, but I don't have a copy of it and I don't really want to go out and spend money, so I'm just going to pretend like, because I did them a month ago, it counts, and check that box off. For my most anticipated thriller, I'm not really sure what this is. At the moment I'm thinking 55 by James Szilagyi, which is about, I talked about it in my last haul, about a man who was captured and he was chained up to in a man's cabin, and he was told that he was the 55th victim. Anyway, he manages to escape and he goes and tells the local police that what had happened, except they're unaware that, you know, another 54 people are missing, so they're trying to solve this case. That would probably be my most anticipated read, but it is quite long and it's not on any of my TBRs for the month, so I don't think I'll get to it, but if I do, that will mark off your most anticipated thriller book. The newest thriller on my TBR is The Perfect Wife by J.P. Delaney. I'm really sure that I'm not going to get to this book. It's big and I've got so much to read this month, but if I get a chance to pick it up, then this will cover the newest thriller on my TBR. The shortest book on my TBR is Limitations by Scott Turo, and it is 208 pages. I don't have a lot of interest in reading this at the moment, so I'm probably not going to get around to it. So I'm probably going to give that one a miss this month. And the last box is the thriller with the creepiest cover. I don't even know what book this would be. Let me go have a look. Okay, I only had a really cursory look, but the first one that stuck out to me is The Wrong Girl by Lisa Wilson. And you've just got a girl there walking through a forest looking kind of scared, with fog and just not looking too pleasant. And this is about a 3-year-old girl who goes missing from her family, and the family was devastated. And 7 years later, a girl comes forward and claims that she is this little girl, and the family aren't sure whether to believe her or not. So this is probably the book with the creepiest cover that I may or may not read. So my aim for Thrillerathon is to read that top row as we just discussed. I am hoping to, fingers crossed, vlog for Thrillerathon. It won't be a day-to-day vlogging, it will probably be a weekly vlog, just because I'm so busy and, you know, what I do in one day is not particularly exciting, especially when I'm working. If I can read more books, then I will share those with you, and I will do a Thrillerathon wrap up once it's all over. Please let me know if you are doing Thrillerathon. Don't forget to go and check out the announcement videos on Nicole, Harriet or Victoria's channels. I will leave them all linked below. I cannot wait to do this and do my first readathon. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you all later.